All right, ladies and gentlemen, we be ready. Hong Chang-gi steps in to face Moon Dong-ju, and that pitch was about the same as the first pitch from I don't know who that was, but it wasn't good. But we're underway. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Moon Dong-ju does not pitch well at home this year. That is going to be the key. The key is actually going to be the first inning for both of these pitchers. Tolhurst has 2 games where he's pitched awful. Both of those was the rough first inning, and right there is a leadoff single from Hong Chang-gi. And there goes the no-hitter, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it is a very, very important first inning for both pitchers. Moon Dong-ju has struggled in the first inning. He's also not pitched well at home. ERA almost double what it is, almost 5 on the season at home, and it's often because of his first inning, and he runs into some trouble. So Shin-Min Jae steps in as we've got a runner on first now, and that misses up high. Ball 1, 1-0. So Shin-Min Jae was the leadoff hitter for Hanwha for LG for a lot of the year, as that is fouled away. But once Hong Chang-gi came back, well, he took it away. All righty, the 1-1 pitch, 5 pitches from Moon Dong-ju already. Hong Chang-gi over at first. LG is loves to steal. They're not very good at it, but they do love to do it, as that is fouled away, and it's 1-2. Na, 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 na. Yeah, assume it is a sold out crowd. Doesn't mean it's going to be a capacity crowd, but I believe it is a sold out show today. And that misses way up and out, and it's 2-2. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully, I've got everything fixed and operating correctly. 2 of the worst managers in the league, actually, the top 2 worst managers in the league, battling for the worst manager, as that is filed away. He stays 2-2. I had to think I got everything, like the base runners and strikeouts and all of that lovely, lovely business. I think I've got it all fixed and ready to go. Had some issues last weekend after the, as that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman turns and throws to short. A great play there to actually get the lead runner is the 4-6 putouts. Leaves a runner on first, but this time it's Shin-Min Jae. Thought he was actually going to go to first base. I think Hong Chang-gi thought he was going to go to first base also. Probably should have jumped over the ball instead of letting it go past him and having to take away his initial break. All right, to Shin-Min Jae now over at first base. And that brings up Austin. Ding, 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 ding. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, just sets up on the outside, but throws a lob over to first base. Austin, ding, ding, ding. I didn't have it fired up for Austin for Hong Chang-gi. last month. 7 home runs, an OPS of 1,300, and only hitting 474 in the last month. Probably gonna have to bump that up. Those rookie numbers. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that is going to be a ground ball off of the glove of Noshiwan Shimujun, but grabs it, and that's going to be an infield single, and Austin Dean is on base. Shinmin Jae heads on over to second base, and 2 quick hits in this first inning for the old LG Tigres. Or Twinnies? Tigres. Well, alligator arm it. All right, that brings up Kim Hyun Soo, DH in today. They will play off of first base as he is a pretty big pull hitter. Thought he was going to bunt with, thought he was going to bunt. Good afternoon. Yeah, afternoon. And that's in there for a strike with 1-1. Jim, who did you take? Kim Hyun-soo, just below the old 300 line, 299 on Vice season. Oh for 12 in his last game. He is due, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a strike on the outside corner, and it's a 1-2, 155 on the gun there. Kim Hyun-soon always a threat to roll into a double play. Moon Dong-ju, one of the hardest throwers in the league. I would say the hardest Korean thrower in the league this year. And that's going to be up the middle as Shin Min-jae should come around to score. And Austin will be over at second base, and they've got runners now. It's first and second again. A 1-0 lead early. That's the wrong team. After 3 hits so far in this first inning, like I said, on Moon Dong-ju really, really struggles in the first inning. Probably a good idea. All right, that pins Kim Hyun-soo over at first base. Austin Dean, ding, ding, ding. At second, he didn't go any farther. And a big swing and a miss there from Moon Sung-ju. "17 pitches for Moon Dong-ju, and that is going to be ripped, and that's going to drop in front of Kim Tae-yeon. Austin Dean is held up, but then he stops and turns it on, and another RBI single for LG. Just moving along as they'll go out and have a little chit chat with him. Another RBI single, just moving along. Austin kind of stopped at third, but then suddenly decided he was going to run again. Maybe trying to fake him out so that they'd go to seconds. Having a pitching mound visit, not good. Last 3 games, no decision against the LG. Kim Hyun-soon hitting 375. Shinmin J 286. Austin only 143, but well, that's all right. On the season, 3 games, 1-0. But in those 3 games, he's only pitched 14.2 innings. So he's not even averaging 5 innings per start against LG. That's something that is way more important than that crap that they just put up there. All right. So Gumon Hyuk looks at ball one low and outside, and it's 1-0. Toller is going to be spotted with a nice little lead. They are obviously looking to try to add some more. There is one out. Sorry about that. I didn't have that up there. Ponce working on his artwork. And here comes the 1-0. What's up, Arpo? That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, I got my buttons fixed. I had to go and because of the update, it kicked my as that's gonna be another single in front of Kim Hyun Soo, and it just stops, which means Kim Hyun Soo is gonna be able to, or sorry, in front of Kim Tae Yeon, another RBI single puts another runner in, and this is a rough, rough, rough starts for Moon Dong-ju. That ball just died as soon as it hit the ground. Kim Tae-yeon was expecting it to kind of roll a little bit, but it hit the grass and just stopped. And that allowed Kim Hyun-soo to easily come home. Oh, Moon Sung-ju is over at third base now. You got runners on first and third with still just one out. And that does catch the top of the zone. 0-1. OG1 at 248 on the season. All right, the 0-1 pitch that misses outside. Pitch number 23 for Moon Dong-ju. And if Hanwha has to get the bullpen up early, that is not good for a couple things. One, for the game. Swedish? Going with the Swedes, huh? No, not quite. As that's filed away. If LG wins 2 games, Hanwha has, yeah. So if LG wins 1 game against them, their magic number would be 1. So that means LG's got to lose the rest of the games, and Hanwha also has to win the rest of the games. So a win against Hanwha would almost, I mean, as close as you can get to sealing it. Those are sparkly. That looks. I'm sorry, but the white pants hanging out the bottom has got to go. I will be fashion police for that. And the 1-2 in the dirts. And that's going to get away, and the runners are going to move up, and another run comes in. Gubon Yuk is going to run up to second base. That puts another run in as Moon Sung-ju comes around to score on the wild pitch. Gubon Yuk almost went first to third as the Hanwha fans that paid way too much money to attend this game are already looking to see what else is going on, as that's a strikeout looking. Only 2 outs still. As we will go to the number 9 hitter, Pak Dong Won. Yeah, technically. Yeah, second ain't bad. 26 pitches for Moon Dong Ju. And Pak Dong Hwan turns on that. Moon Hyung Bin is going to look at it. Jumping. Goodbye, baseball. Big, big homer there. Yeah. 105. It just barely sneaked over the wall. 147 off the bats. Yeah, at least you're not down four. As the Paque Mean looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Batting all the way around in the first inning, exactly how you would want it to go if you were a LG fan. And Paque Mean drops down the bunts, and he drops the ball. As a clean pick by Cheon Song made it possible that he could have tagged out Paque Mean, but when he went to go tag him, he dropped the ball. 37-degree launch angle. I didn't know if that was going to get over. Moon Hyun Min did his best, but all 4'8" of them wasn't able to jump and grab it. The LG fan that gets the ball in the outfield. I'm still waiting to find out if they're going to call that an infield single. It is the KBO, so most likely they're going to call it an infield single. But they still might call that an error. Who knows? Look like Ju Hyun Song are warming up in the bullpen. Hong Chang-gi coming up again. He led off the inning with a with a single. Didn't come in to score as he was thrown out at second base. And here we go. Nope, throws over to first. Paque Min grabs his back and kind of winces in pain. And throws over again. They do give him a bunt hit on that. Well, Stefan, what did I say about Moon Dong-ju and his inability to pitch at home? 4.72 ERA at home, 3.59 ERA on the season. And the 1-0 pitch just catches the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Might want to go get a different uniform, lady. And almost gets him over at first. I'm still not a fan of the lettering and the numbers and all of that on these new Hanwha uniforms. I think they look very cheap. As that is a foul away. I don't like the fact that there's a yeah. I don't like the fact that there's no uh colored stitching on it. And the 1-2 is going to be over the jumping second shortstop. And he is on base for the second time this inning. That brings up a Shin Min Jae. He hit into the first out of the game. I thought it was Moon Sunju. Well, that's it for Moon Dong-ju. We'll have our first pitching change before we finish the first half of the first inning. Moon Sunju. Okay. Well, Kiwi, Stefan, are you guys glad you guys couldn't get tickets to today's game? I don't know. Arpo, you're the one that gets them. I don't get any deer commercials like John Deere or like hunting deer, like Sasum deer. Well, Sweden, maybe they do a lot of hunting. They have a lot of guns. They don't go into the schools, but they have a lot of guns. All right, coming in is going to be, already Che Hoon out too. Wong Jun Saw is going to come in to start pitching for Hanwha. So Wong Jun Saw is going to come in. Also, Ha In Saw is going to come in and take over behind the plates. I don't know if I don't think they actually advertise guns in most countries. Oh, I got a catching change, a pitching change, and he spins around and fakes the throw to Park Min over at first. 405 on the season with runners in scoring position for Shin Min Jae. That's good for second in the league. Again, he's 0 for 1 today, and that's a swing and a miss on a pitch that drops down below the zone. This is Hanwha's first round pick last season. And a double steal, ladies and gentlemen. A double steal. They're like, we're not putting anything on. We are going 100% as Park Min really does seem to be in some pain. As that is a fouled away. Hanwha playing like it's 1985 with their 1985 uniforms on. And that misses outside. Announcers are drooling all over themselves at a chance to call a pitch, but it was about 4 inches outside. No, he didn't start. He didn't even start. As that is a foul away. They probably took out Che Jae Hoon because Ha In Saw or Ha In Saw and Wong Jun Saw played together a lot at the second league. And they're like, well, we might as well not get Che Jae Hoon injured because he's got to catch tomorrow for Ponce. Although tomorrow is probably going to be rained out. Yeah, no, the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, but he fouls it away and it stays 1-2. I wouldn't say that yet, Stefan. And the 1-2 is fouled away. Remember, LG's also the team that threw 7 straight balls to give up 6 runs and lose a game earlier this week. This is the KBO. It shall never, ever be over. They are never, ever. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 2 outs in the inning for Shinmin J, but Hanwha will come up to bat for the first time, and they're already down as 6-0. Wow. Yeah. Jim, you should put $1 on it. Jim, put $1 on it. A whole dollar. Wow. That's brutal. All right, so Tolhurst out on the mound. He's comfortably ahead again. Tolhurst has also had lots of struggles in the first inning. Jim, throw that $1 down. As that's ball inside. So Sonos up a 295 on the season. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. But I can't
스테판
give that to Jim,
슈퍼채티드
Stefan.
0.81달러. Here is less than $8.
All right, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. How much is 14 South African what is South African rubles? Rand, yeah. As that's a swing and a miss, and well, there's an out. Jim going hard. 1 away on the first batter, and apparently this is how you do it. 85 85 cents as Liberato lifts that one up. Left fielder will take a couple steps, and 2 away. Now the thing is, so I don't even get. So Stefan, if you send 85 cents, I don't even get 85 cents. That is the there's 2 taxes. All right, it's a Moon Hyun Bin. And right down the middle, strike 1. Yeah, so when people send money, I don't get it actually. So what it does is it depends on who you use to send the money. So, like, if you send it regularly through YouTube, thank you, Arpo.
아포 슈퍼채티드 3.55달러.
That was the greatest donation I have ever heard in my life. I couldn't even call the game. I was laughing too hard. I'm now crying. As Moonyon Ben grounds the Shinmin J, throws over to first, and a 1-2-3 goes Hanwha. So so much for Hanwha. Getting to Tolhurst early. We'll go to the second inning. It's all LG. Oh my god. So what? Yeah. So what it does is it. So like so Arpo there he sent 5,000 won. So if since he sent 5,000 won, if he sends it regularly through like YouTube or whatever, YouTube itself takes I think 30%. So I would get like, 3,000 won or something like that. Uh, but if you use Apple, Apple takes their Apple tax first. So that 5,000 won would Apple would take 30%, and then what would be left would be the 3,000 won or whatever. And then YouTube would take 30% of that. So I would get 2,000 won if somebody pays with Apple. Yeah, so whenever people send things, like I've really thought about setting up, the buy me a coffee thing. I've really thought about setting up that because that gets like 90%. Like you have to pay the company like 10% or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's still more than I would ever expect. And then you also can't get money. Like, so uh, you don't earn money until it goes to $100 total. And then Apple or YouTube will send you your money. All right, first pitch to old Austin, ding, 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 is a ball. There we go. And now it's 2-0. I'm still laughing at the. That's misses outside, and it's 3-0. Just getting used to him as that's in there for a strike, and it's now 3-1. Getting used to my singing voice for all these other team songs. And here comes the 3-1 pitch, runs inside, and he walks him. And that brings up Kim Hyun-soo. Kim Hyun-soo already an RBI today. Look at that bullpen, a 7.32 ERA this month. That is rough. All right, so Kim Hyun-soo steps in, looks at the strike one on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Wang Jun-seo does pitch really well against lefties. Again, LG is a very heavy lefty lineup too. Yeah, they're trying to be like you or trying to be Instagram now, as that is a foul away, and it's 0-2. Oh, Junior Kim Young-soo. Oh, Junior Kim Young-soo. Oh. Yeah, no one likes him. Nobody. Yeah, so that catches him looking on the outside, and he will go have himself a seat as that brings up Moon Sung Ju. Yeah, not good at all. An 0-2 pitch, and they don't throw it in the other batter's box. Kim Hyun Soo's like, wait, what? What? As that's going to be rolled over. Second baseman that grabs it, throws over. Uh, Apparently, Hanwha has two shortstops today. Austin will move up to second base. But now 2 outs, and Gubon Hyuk steps in. In the dirts, and 1-0. Ooh, I do not have Gubon Hyuk music. A little splash of the old water bottle. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Wang Junzao does seem to have picked up his fastball a little bit. I saw it hit 147 earlier. He was sitting at about 142 last year. And it rolls over. It's foul, and it's 1-2. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes this game is boring me. And another strikeout looking. Two strikeout looking, and we will go to the bottom of the second as Hanwha starts their rally. Saberstat, what is that? Leadoff walk, but it's a couple backwards Ks. Maybe now I can do the rest of my numbers. And he wasn't even the leadoff batter. That's the crazy part. All right. Hanwha will have their 4-5 hitters, 4-5-6 hitters coming up as they look to try to make the comeback. First pitch is outside. Ball one, 1-0. No, she won. 32 homers. And that's outside. No, just does catch the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Beautiful curveball, just barely snaps a piece. Just barely gets the piece. Yeah, another one too is grounded into his foot, stays 1-2. Uh-oh. Ah, that's I hit the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen, and just misses outside. I was looking for this button. And here comes the 0-2, the 2-2 pitch. And way outside runs the count full. First full count of the day for either team. Well, he can't not ground into a double play when he leads off the inning, so. And that fouls that one away. Stays 3-2. Oh, he's got a new one? 새로운 응원가 있어요? Yeah, I just happen to have some of these from last year when I used. Yeah, 작년에 한화밖에 중계 방송하지 않아서 많이 있었어요. And that's fouled away. Stays 3-2. Like I don't have Liberados. I don't have Sonos ups. Munyan Bin's old one. Why? That one was good. As he looks at that one. Apparently, he wants his old cheer song back, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings up a Che song. I think they should go back to his old one, the one that made it sound like a pirate. It was like this. Is one from like 2022 or something. As the Cheon song first pitch pops it up, Shinmin J under it. A little miscommunication in the outfield is Hong Chang-gi should have been taking that. But two away, and that brings up the number 6 hitter. He is nobody. They didn't even call me though, Arpo. Can't make the right choice if they don't talk to me. That misses outside, 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss at a pitch right down the middle, ladies and gentlemen. And it's 1-2. They say that one of the best pitches is a fastball down the middle because nobody can hit it. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch just misses inside, and it's 2-2. All right, did they throw it away? And that's going to be a single, the first hit of the day for the old Hanwha Eagles from the man that is will not be named. Man, I am burning up in my apartment right now. All right, that brings up Ken Yarn. And that's lifted to right field. Hong Chang-gi catches it before we even get to hear a word. That's when the bottom of the second will go to the third inning. It's 6-0 LG. Hey, but Hanwha got Hanwha did get an actual a hit, so there's always that. Advertisement for an interview helper company. Okay. So after 2 innings, Stolhurst has thrown 25 pitches. Moon Dong-ju threw 33 pitches and did get 2 outs. I assume Wong Jun Sol will still be out there. They'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for LG. Is got the windows open in my apartment, and with that comes the old bugs. NC's up 1-0 against Kia, and SSG is threatening. They've got a runner on second with nobody out in the top of the fourth in a 0-0 game against Doosan. And Tolhurst isn't even done yet. Nope. Out on the mound is Kim Jong-soo. Very important to make sure that everybody gets to play today. We are going Little League style, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Spins around and throws out the runner. 1 pitch, 1 out. Yep. They gave up in the first inning when they pulled their catcher. That misses outside. Pak Dong-wan with a big 2-run shot earlier. 1 for 1 on the day. A 2-run shot that still didn't chase Moon Dong-ju, as that is ripped, but into the netting, and it's 1-1. Ouch. That is fouled into everybody back behind the plates. And 1-2. Kim Jong Soo again is played a ton this season. Uh, I thought that he was actually going to end up being a fifth starter for him for a while because he was throwing 3, 4 innings, throwing 80 pitches in relief. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. This slams the glove on the ground. I got my new favorites. Ordered three not boxes, 3 packs, I guess. I don't know, guys. What would you call this? A pack? I wouldn't call it a box, even though it's a metal box. What would you call that? Case? No, you can't say case because a case is like the big thing that they come in. 'Cause that is way outside in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Because a case would be like if you get a case of beer, that's like 20. A 10? Okay. I'll take that one, Stefan. I ordered 3 tins of swing and miss stuff. Bak Dong-hwan almost takes out the catcher. Almost takes out the catcher on that violent swing. As NC and SSG both go up as 2-0. All the away teams are currently winning. As the Pake Mean looks at a ball in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Pake Mean, a bunt single and a stolen base back in the first inning. Yeah, they're maybe if they get lucky in the late innings, Zarpo, they can score 5. Fouled away into the signage over in left field. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch to Pake Min. Sets up on the outside, and that is popped up as Pake Min grabs his back again. That's twice I've seen him grab his back. He grabbed his back over at first base when he slid back or when he came back into first in the first inning, and he grimaced whenever he was running to third and sliding on that's double steal, and then he just grabbed his back there. As the 1-2 is a swing and a miss, and he goes down to his knee. I have to think that that's it for Pake Min. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's a 6-0. 1-2-3 inning. That is got to be a cause for concern for LG. Pake Min coming out. You got to get to the bullpen first, though, Stefan. Now, Hanwha won that game from bad plays from LG. And plus, Moon Dong-ju just does not pitch well at home this year. And designated base stealer, leads the league in stolen bases. I think, 46 now? He was at 44 or 45? So Hanwha is going to have their 8-9-1 hitters coming up in the bottom of the third inning. Again, Ha and Saw will get an at bat before the starting catcher. I wish KBS had the little countdown up there. I was again. I I talked to Stefan and Kiwi about this. I wish LG would have swept the first two games so that they could have, so we could see the most ridiculous lineup in the league for the third game. Sunday, Sunday the fifth, I think, as the 0-1 blows it past them, and it's 0-1. So, and that misses way up high. So, Jim, they just came out with it. They just came out with the updated schedule yesterday. The league finishes on the 3rd. As that's misses outside. 2-1. It They haven't come up with the playoff schedule yet, Stefan. They have to wait till they get the actual. They actually get to the playoffs. And the 2-1 that catches the outside corner, 2-2. Yeah, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Tolhurst. One in each inning this so far. And brings up the number 9 hitter, Shib Uju. What game did they not schedule? As that's fouled away. Way, way up into the stands. Did he go around? Yeah, but Jim, uh, tomorrow does have Kium playing a game at 2 o'clock, so that game won't be rained out since it's in the dome. And the 1-1 pitch, that's a ground ball to the shortstop, throws over, and 2 away. Flips the lineup back over. I remember that. So maybe they'll play that on the 4th. And the 0-1 misses inside. 1-0. I don't think, Stefan, I don't think they had opened it yet. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch just catches the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Because they said the playoffs would start on the 5th, which is that Sunday. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that is fouled away, 1-2. Because Lotte's not going to make the playoffs, and if Samsung ends up needing to play that game, then they would obviously they would play it, but as that misses outside. What are you talking about, Arpo? All right, the 2-2 pitch Sets up on the inside again, up high. Yeah, and the 2-2 misses inside, runs the count full, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch to Sonos up, sets up right down the middle, and it's fouled away. Stays 3-2, 155 on the gun there from Tollers. What is the first home team that is going to score? Yeah, Arpo, I was there for that. And the 3-2 pitch just sets up right down the middle, misses inside, and he walks him. Oh, the last 2 innings, Hanwha's had a runner on with 2 outs. Harpo, that was my first year with a as Liberato. First pitch pops it up, foul territory. Gubonyuk just in the dirts and makes the catch. Oh, another base runner, but another and that, ladies and gentlemen, sends us to the 4th. Tolhurst having himself a nice little day. 40 pitches so far, 9 in the first inning, 16 in the second, and 15 there in that inning. It's better than dancing G Market Cat. Top of the lineup coming up for LG. Let's see, is Kim Jong-soo still out there? I imagine he is. Now we got Chinese, we got Koreans speaking French on Korean TV now. Wow. Moon Sung-ju? I don't know. I think I'd have to go with Hong Chang-gi. Hong Chang-gi's 2 for 2. And he's up again now. And I think I just froze up. Did I freeze up? Kiwi loves this song. And wow. Yeah, that's probably just because Hong Chang-gi came up with nobody on and with a runner on first versus Moon Sung-ju. But Moon Sung-ju grounded out, but I guess he did move the runner over. That's what they're giving him credit for. As here comes the 1-2 pitch to Hong Chang-gi. And that is going to be a little single over the jumping second baseman. And he is on base for the third time today. Better recalculate that, Arpo. Recalculate that. Three for three now for Hong Chang-gi. Yeah, Arpo, I just speak in reality. You can keep your numbers, and I speak in reality, sir. As Shin Min Jae steps in. Shin Min Jae 0 for 2. Both of those at bats came in the first inning. And he fakes the bunt. I don't know, Jim. It would take a pretty big collapse for NC to be able to make the playoffs. Just because KT only needs 3. And that is slapped past the diving shortstop, and he is going to be on base on base for the second time, but another hit. And that brings up Austin. Ding, 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 ding. No. SSG and Samsung have magic numbers of 2. KT has a magic number of 3. Austin, ding, ding. He needs 7 RBIs to reach 100 for a second straight season. That misses up and in. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. This is up high, 2-0. A 3-run shot here would pretty much end the game. And Jim would be out $2, and I would take full responsibility for half of that. As here comes the 2-0 pitch. Lifted up, got under it too much as Liberato crawls over, and there is out number 1. Moon Dong-ju already got the uniform off. 0.2 innings, 33 pitches, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run. I still don't think Hanwha, even if they make it to obviously they're going to be in seconds, but I still am not confident that they'll make the Korean series. Again, I really my thing with Hanwha is even in 2018 when they were the number 3 seed, they only won 1 game and they got eliminated by Kium or Nexon, I think at that time. That's was the number 4 seed. All right, the 2-0 pitch to Kim Hyun-soo as he grounds that to the second baseman, throws it over to shorts. The throw to first, not in time. As the 4-6 putouts puts runners on the corner for Moon Sung-ju. Kim Hyun-soo is showing the old wheels, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll be it for Kim Jong Soo. We'll have another pitching change. Fourth pitcher of the day for for Hanwha. They bringing in Jo Dong-wook to face the lefties. Yeah, an important game. They just don't have much. Again, in 2018, the thing with Hanwha is I, I wouldn't put it past Samsung. Hanwha so like in 2018, Hanwha made the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. It was my first year as a season ticket holder, so I went to 90 something games that year. That was the year I went to every single stadium at least one time. I even went to Ulsan to check out uh, the All Star game. So I saw a ton of Hanwha games. That year, LG had a huge collapse, very similar to Lotte's collapse this year. And Hanwha actually, in the last 100 games of the season, was eighth. But they had a really solid start, and other teams were just bad. So Yoon San Hum will come into pitch. Ten games, 14.2 innings with a 1.82 ERA. I'm just hoping to be able to stream the playoffs, Jim. That's all my goal is. As Moon Song Ju steps in at 2 outs, 1 for 2 on the day. And it looks at just strike one right down the middle. Moon Sung Ju, 310 on the season, RBI single and a run scored back in the first inning. Yeah, I'm surprised his hat doesn't come off anymore. As they're going to go upstairs too. And way too high upstairs, and it's 1-1. I remember when he first came out, every time he threw a fastball, his hat came off. And here we go, the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside at 2-1. Yeah, so Jim, the from the third through the ninth in Korea is holiday. So those games I'll be able to stream if there's any games in those days. As the 2-1 is foul. 2-2. Oh, okay, Arnold. I don't think they do. I don't think any team has the pitching staff to beat LG. LG has four, actually, they have five really good starters. As here comes the 2-2 pitch right down the middle. And he goes down, lifts it up. Liberado's trying to find it, but that will be 3 away. They leave two more on. They've left five on, but they've got a 6-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. And it is not close. LG's already has 15 at bats. 15 at bats with runners on base. Hanwha is going to have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up in the bottom of the fourth as Tolhurst looks to just keep this game moving along. Yeah, there you go, Arpo. So, Jim, yeah, in regards to Samsung, obviously they have Wantain and Harado, who are very good. But Carabito is not very good. And Chewan Tae, the former LG, former Kiwon / Nexon hero, is one of the worst playoff pitchers in recent KBO history. I'm talking Clayton Kershaw-esque. Maybe Hanwha would add more hits if I just put everybody's number up. No, Moon Ben 0 for 1, a 4-3 ground out the back in the first inning. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch runs in, and it's 1-1. This is way up and out, and it's 2-1. Yeah, they dug up the mound. Yeah, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. Misses up high, 3-1. As far as Tolhurst, second inning or the third inning, opponents hit 269 against them. First inning 269, second inning 289 or 286, third inning 269, and then he just gets better in the fourth inning 238, 211, 240 or 143, 143. As he turns on that, lifts it, and that is going to go all the way off the wall. Moon Ben is going to be on second base with a leadoff double. Big swing there from Moon Ben as that's their first runner in scoring position. Brings up a Noshiwan, and the big thing is he's in second base, which means Noshiwan can't hit into a double play. Well, mound visits. Is that Tolhurst again on the season? Lefties hit to 216 against them, no home runs. Righties 269 with 2 home runs. He's only given up 2 home runs. He's only thrown 7 games, 5-2. Again, the 5 games that he's won, he's been really good. The 2 games that he's been lost, he's been awful. And here comes Noshiwan. And that misses up high. Ball 1, 1-0. The golden batting gloves, not the golden glove. I would not say Gu Jauk or Kim Sung Yoon is a lock either. That's fouled straight back. Good old Clayton Kershaw. He lost a lot of fans with his political leanings. 1-1, just doesn't quite drop into the top, and it's 2-1. He is one away from his career high in RBIs. Moon Hyun Min in the scoring position right now with that leadoff double. Sets up outside just above the knees. And he fouls it into the glove, but that's 2-2 now. Hey, a home team scored, ladies and gentlemen. Doosan is the first home team on the board. And the 2-2 pitch sets up right down the middle. Pops it up. Austin in foul territory. Makes the catch, and that's one away. Chae Sung steps in now with one away and a runner on to second base. Chae Sung popped up to the second baseman. I don't get this. I don't understand this little fake run thing. And that's a right down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gujauk had how many games at DH, though? Oh, man, that's awful. As the 0-1 is going to ground all to the shortstop, throws across the diamond, and that's 2 away. Yeah. Another Kurt Schilling. Not obviously not as bad. He did? And that misses up high, ball 1. Second baseman, first hit of the day for Hanwha. Up until Moon Hyun Ben's double there, he was the only hit for Hanwha. Yeah. That just misses inside. A lot of baseball players are of that political view. And the 2-0 pitch. Ripped foul almost takes off the feet of his pitcher warming up over there. Park Sang-won offering defense. Not on the roster. Not sure why he's out there. And fouled away, 2-2. What does he throw him here? Controllers, 4 pitches. Maybe throw a little forkball down. Forkball down and away, or maybe a fastball up and in. And he throws it in the dirts. Runs the count full, 3-2. Yeah, the half a ABS system where it's only the challenge system. Just do it all or nothing. All or nothing. The ABS, like the whole challenge system, just is just so stupid. Now, as here comes the 3-2 pitch, sets up right down the middle, and ripped foul. Stays 3-2. Yeah, like that's like that's like, okay, well, we're only going to have the pitch clock on odd numbered days, or the shift is only banned in the sixth inning and later. As that is a strikeout looking. Another 0 for inning with Hanwha and runners on base. They are 0 for 5 with runners on base, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. We go to the fifth inning. 6-0. OG. I just don't. I just don't understand that really. I don't know why they wouldn't just go with the full on system. Strikeout looking on a full count. Important situation. Who do you call? Not that guy. A strange woman exercising. Oh, LG's gonna have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up as they look to try to finally score. That they haven't scored since the first inning. Both teams since the first inning, 2 hits each. Yeah, only the pitcher, catcher, and hitter, right? That's kind of like the check swing challenge in the KBO. Only the pitcher, the catcher, and the hitter are allowed to challenge. All right, it's the top of the fifth inning. Him and Juan Soto. Is it the so in the KBO you're allowed 2 per game. If you get them both right, you get another one, kind of like the regular challenge system. All right, so Gubon Yuck steps in, and first pitch is fouled away. Gubon Yuck, RBI single and a run scored back in the first, struck out looking to end the second inning, 1 for 2 on the day, 290 on the season, playing third base, shortstop, first base, second base. I don't think he's pitched yet, as that is a fouled away also, as he's late on both of those 140s. 145 and 146. He's late on both of them. And here comes the 0-2, is way up here. 148 as he tried to throw it as hard as he possibly could. So if you get like the first one wrong and then you get the second one right, do you get a third one and a fourth one and a fifth one? You just keep going until you do get the second one wrong? As the 1-2 misses outside and it's 2-2. And that's because Pak Dong Wan hasn't come up a third time. As the 2-2 pitch is rolled over foul, stays 2-2. And this, unfortunately, the stupid runner on second is not gone. Okay, Arpo. If you say so. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss is not able to catch up to that high fastball. Like I said, he was late on slightly less. And that one was 149 at the top of the zone. No chance he's catching that. Brings up OG Wan. OG Wan, the only hitless player for LG, as that one is way up high, ball one. Pak Dong Wan is, oh, yeah. That's why he hit the home run. I misspelled his name. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I don't know what you're talking about, Harpo. Harpo, what are you talking about? And the 1-1 is a foul away, 1-2. You making stuff up, Harpo. I don't know what that means. All right, the 1-2 pitch just sets up with a glove slapping on the ground, and that is going to be a single into the gap. He's going to round first. Is he going to go to second? He's going to try for second. The throw coming in, but not in time. And everybody on LG now has a hit. That was the last remaining piece. Hong Chang-gi, 3 hits. Shin Min-jae, 1 hit. Austin, 1 hit and a walk. Kim Yeon-soo, a single. Moon Sung-ju, a single. Gu Bon-hyuk, a single. OG Wan, now a double. Pak Dong-wan, a double. And Pak Hae-min, an infield single. A swing and a miss there from Pak Dong-wan. And his Arpo is just praying. The Pak Dong-wan comes through. And the 0-1 strike right down the middle, and it's 0-2. Dongwon 1 for 2 on the day, a big 2-run shot back in the first inning. That was the last run LG has had. And that is in the dirts. 1-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Road in the other batter's box. Jim, since you watch MLB, do you think that MLB should do the challenge system, or just since you've now been watching KBO, do you think the only way to go now is the full ABS system like the KBO has, as the 1-2 is off his hands and fouled away? So violent with his release. Runs way inside at 2-2. No. Thank you, Jim. You're allowed to stay in the chat now. There's a swing and a miss as he falls down to the ground. And once again, Arpo proves that I'm smart. Thank you, Arpo. Mr. Full Swing is Mr. Full Sit on the ground after swinging. Yeah, everybody thinks that, oh, if you taken away the human element, I don't want robots out there. Why do we got to change the pitcher with 2 outs? Let's get this game going. Another pitching change. It's quite possible, Arpo. Yeah, Jim, there's so many MLB fans talk about, and I comment a lot on Instagram on a lot of people's little posts complaining. And it's like, the ABS system is there. The technology is there. It's not like everybody's like, oh, I don't want to take away the umpires. The umpires are, are part of it. And I'm like, No, you don't. You're like, oh, who's gonna be there to call? Who's there gonna be there to call foul tips and all this? And it's like, you idiots. The umpire is still there. Like they think that if they don't the umpires aren't there to call strikes and balls, that the umpires just disappear from the game. Yeah, I don't understand the fixation. I guess. All right, Joe Mook out there. 66 games, 58.1 innings, two wins, three losses, five holds, two saves, a 4.17 ERA. 66 games, 58.1 innings, but he also started multiple games this year. Again, he had two starts, but yeah, yeah. First pitch is in there for a strike, though, and it's 0-1. Mean bunt single and a stolen base in his first at bat, a struck out in his second, and the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Hanwha revealing their hand here on how they're going to face LG during the playoffs. And that almost hits him, and it's 1-2 now. Yeah, like I don't watch MLB anymore, but I see enough highlights and things like that where you got guys that are 82% accurate, as that's going to be a slapped. Noshiwan dives the throw and gets up, throws over to first. I thought Mean was a lot faster than that, but he is not, and we will go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 6-0. LG. What is Che and Sung steps on the bag, gets up, ready to throw home, but there are three outs. Since the first inning, LG is now 0 for 6 with runners in base or runners in scoring position. They're 1 for 9 with runners on base since that big first inning. Hanwha is going to have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the inning. Yeah, I got to do some major changes on my whole system for next season. Try to bring the music back, the songs back for everybody except Samsung. No way, Arpo. He's got 2 strikeouts. Oh yeah, they finally forced him out. Basically, that bought out his contract or whatever last year. Filed a discrimination lawsuit against the MLB because he said he wasn't getting World Series games because he was uh, Latino or something like that. Yeah. Oh wow, we're back real quick. Kim Tae-yun, last time he didn't even get his musics really started. We'll see what happens this time. And he looks at the first pitch, which is in there for a strike down the middle. And rips that one foul, and it's 0-2. Go. Okay. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Kim Tae-yun, slapping the glove on the ground, and that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Wonyuka catches it, throws across, and that's one away. Stephen, welcome back. Absolutely nothing has happened since you left. Saul steps in. He doesn't have music. And a first pitch is popped up. A center fielder treading over and under it's 2 away. Brings up is Shimu Jun, who is also 0 for 1 on the day with a 6-3 groundout. I guess I could play last year's song of the year. No, the 0-1, a swing and a miss. 0-2. Best song of 2024 right there. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pops it a foul, and it stays 0-2. Shimu Jun 0 for 1 today. 6-3 groundouts back in the third inning. He got hurt a bunch after coming out with the shoulder injury. Yeah, his season was pretty much done. He was not able to recover, and after that, he was good for one hit a day or 1 hit a game. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, just off the plate, just above the knees, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman to his right, a quick throw over, and that's 3 away. 9 pitches in that inning for Tolhurst. We'll go to the break. See ya in just a few. we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Have my phone. Oh well, don't really need it, I guess. Jodo Nuke still out there, leading things off is Hong Chang-gi. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Okay. And the 0-1 goes around, and it's 0-2. All right, Hong Chang-gi 3 for 3 on the day, and looks at a strike 3 on the outside or on the inside. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Arpo can enjoy the rest of his day now that he finally got one right. And that brings up a Shin Min Jae. Shin Min Jae looks at a strike in there, and it's 0-1. Yeah, something like that, Arpo. Oh, Shin Min Jae 1 for 3 on the day. As that is going to be slapped into left field. Moon Hyun Bin is over there, though, and that's 2 away. Is he hitting 200? As we'll get another pitching change. As again, 2 outs. Let's get another pitching change so we can make this game go on longer. Got to bring in a righty to face the righty. I'll be right back. All right, had to get some more water and my phone. You mean Hanwha needs more money in food, ticket, and uniform sales? Is what you meant to say? Now I can actually see who's coming in. So Ju Hyun Song stepping in. I'm sure he'll give up a home run. Yeah, he's basically who's going to make the playoff roster. So Austin will get his little magic happening. Elsewhere around this league, NC's still up 2-1. Who knows what he said to him? Harpo, I don't know if you can lip read for us. Regularly, if you buy it, like when everyone else does, it's it can be $10 to the most expensive seats are the seats right behind home plate, and they're about $75. Austin faces Ju Hyun Song, who loves to give up a home runs, but first pitch is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1 for 2 on the day, a single, a walk, and a fly out to center field. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1, 1-1. I'm sure he said, "Look here, this is an old guy. This is what old guys do whenever it's an important time. If you were older, you'd be better." I think that's what he said. No, definitely not, Jim. And you can take your own food and drinks in. Another 1-1 pitch. That is crushed. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Chu Hyun Sung has arrived to give up a home run. Please come to me for all your predictions. Harpo, that is how you make a prediction. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should listen to me. As that's misses out there, just does catch the outside corner. 125 meters, 152 off of the bats, 32-degree launch angle. Pretty close, Steve, and welcome, as that's going to be a slap single through the left side. And Kim Hyun Soo says, "I want some of this action too." Oh, and that rhymed. Man, I am on fire today, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody get me a contract. This is Hanwha's closer last year, Stefan. What are you talking about? You can't even get a cup for 150. And Moon Sung Ju slaps that one to the left field as Moon Hyun Bin throws the glove up, makes the catch, and that is 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-0. LG. Da-na-na. No. No, 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 no. Gimbap? What kind? Just regular? Or are you going are you fancy? You getting some Donka gimbap, some chamchi, or some sogogi? Delicacies and quail eggs. Jeez, Arpo, you fancy. Way too fancy to be hanging out in this chat room. What's also very delicious are Eclipse peach taste. I don't know, what do they call these? Anyway. I just want to make sure that my breath is very fresh for you guys listening. Make sure that $7 for that's it. I thought it was way higher than that. All right, just Sona Sup leads things off for Hanwha. Toller still out there. First pitch is in there for a strike. .308. get you a rock pile seat and a couple beverages, and you've got yourself a solid evening down in Denver. As that is fouled right into the glove. He's not able to hold on to it, but it's 1-2. I have not. I'm a huge peach flavor guy. Oh man, Arpo. So I usually don't talk whenever I'm talking to foreigners. We often don't speak in won. We just speak in dollars because the numbers are too big for Korea. As the 1-2 is slapped away. Yeah, the old uh, the old Chunwon. Yeah, the 1-2 is in the dirts. If anybody questions my baseball fanhood, I will let you guys understand that my wallet is actually a old baseball glove. Yeah, as that's fouled into the umpire, and we'll get another one. When I moved to Korea, it was 1180, 1,100 won for $1. It might have even been lower than that. All right, again, a 2-2 counts. Two was Sonas up, the leadoff hitter. He has been on base today. That's more than most of the Hanwha players, as that is fouled away again. Yeah, we won't say who it was, Arpo. I don't think you can, actually. I think that's also blocked. All right, the 2-2 pitch sets up right down the middle. Swing and a miss. The KBO umpire is getting super soaked for that strikeouts, like it was a crucial at bat. Yeah, that was a huge thing. Is when the U.S. got out of their tamed their inflation and got out of its quicker than all the other countries. Everybody's money just went to crap. As that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1 to Liberato. Liberato 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to left, and a pop fly at 2 of the third baseman. That might have been foul territory back then. And that is ripped, and that is going to be a single. And here comes the old Hanwha Eagles, ladies and gentlemen, their third hit of the day. Yeah, that was a foul fly. That brings on Moon Yen Bin, ladies and gentlemen. The Iwan Suk taking over on the base pass. Oh, wow, that was not a strike? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a strike, though. And 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled away. 1-2. Oh, there's a ton of them, Stefan. So that is fouled back. The only thing I ever buy from Daiso, and I don't really anymore. I don't know. I always buy like a tape, like school supplies at Daiso. And the 1-2 way up high, 2-2. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch checks over on the runner who slides back. Jim, Daiso is like a Dollar General in Korea. No, I do not, because they have to watch Hanwha play. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That is fouled, but not able to hold on to it, and it stays 2-2. Iwan Suk on the move on that play, but he will head back to first and rethink about the decisions he's made in his life. That's awful. Harpo, don't ever use that joke anymore. That is through, and that is going to be a base hit, and it hits off the corner. And a Gubon a huge heads up play there as Moon Ben gets his second hit of the day. That's a massive, massive play by Gubon there. As it hit off the corner in foul territory, and instead of being able to make the play, is Moon Sung Ju, who was playing for the Karam, it hit right. It hit off the, looks like it hit right off the tarp and bounced back. Gubon Hyuk, a huge, huge heads up play. Runs out from third base as two people converge on third base to be able to keep Iwan Suk over at second, and Moon Yun Ben at first. Brings in No Shiwan, ladies and gentlemen. And that misses outside. 1-0. I mean, to me, the dollar store is Dollar Tree. As a No Shiwan. Another chance for him to put some runs on the board. And that is fouled away, though. Way up into the fourth deck, and it's 1-1. Why falls? I don't get that. No Shiwana, known well for his home runs and his ground into double plays, decides to foul that one off and make it 1-2. Giving the fans that have hung around to the game some souvenirs. Yeah, I just don't get the falls part. I don't understand how falls returns to Kong, which is beam. All right, the 1-2 pitch that gets away from the catcher, and most importantly, it keeps Noshiwan from being able to hit into a double play. That puts runners on second and third. LG's manager is pissed off at something. Oops. Oh, okay. All right. The 2-2 pitch fouled away again. How far outside can they go? They try to go outside so many times. The last one ended up going to the backstop. The only what what flavors of Monster are in the U.S. As the 2-2 pitch swing and a miss there, a massive strikeouts for Tolhurst. As she's gonna have to rethink her decisions about what to write on her papers. I uh, I was a huge Monster fan. I was a huge Monster. The whites, the Ultra, is a Cheon Sung that looks at strike one on the outside. Yeah, we definitely don't have that in here. I used to be a big Rockstar fan. One ground ball foul. All right, it's a 1-2 pitch. Yeah, so when Rockstar first came out, I was in Panama City Beach, Florida, and I met the guys there, and I was walking down the middle of the street with those big round ice coolers. Is a Cheon Sung slaps that to right field, and a one run is going to come in. Moon Yun Bin will also come in, and a 2 RBI single from Cheon Sung puts Hanwha on the board as the announcers are drooling and making themselves ridiculous. That brings up the ever dangerous. Yeah. So back to my story. Uh, so I was like walking down because there was obviously traffic during spring break. I was walking down with one of those big round ice coolers with wheels, handing out rock stars to people who were, as he fouls that, knocks the umpire back. Right off the helmets and knocks them back. Right smack in between the eyes as he ends up falling back onto his and he kind of wobbled a little there when he got to his feet. Put his helmet on or his hat on and kind of wobbled a little bit. Get a little water from the training staff, Hanwha's training staff. It hit him hard enough that the bill of his cap is bent down and back up. Now he look right there, perfect, right on cue. Now he's trying to fix the bill of his hat. Shortstop, or sorry, second baseman today, says, "I'm sorry for smacking you in the face with a foul ball." 97 pitches now for Torst. All right, here comes the 0-1. And a fouled away. It's 0-2. Yeah, the guys that had Rockstar, they gave us a bunch. At that time, they only had the regular and the diets. Uh, so our fridges in our hotels were all just Rockstar and adult beverages. Well done, Arpo. Maybe that'll be on the Sunung. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside off the plates. And imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. He struck out on a pitch outside off the plates as we go to the seventh inning. It's a 7-2 LG. I gave LG Hanwha's hits. That should be the end of the day for Tolhurst. 99 pitches for Tolhurst. Man, it's just ridiculous. Every single time, it's the same. He's any crucial situation where he's got to do something, you just throw the ball off the plate down and away, and he swings and misses. Everybody loves him because he's been playing decent this year, but anytime that it's an important situation, he just pisses all over himself. Oh, LG is going to have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. We'll see who's actually pitching this time. Elsewhere around the league, the old NC Dinos still holding on to their playoff life, a 2-1 lead over at Kia, and SSG is up 4-2 against Doosan. We've got the top of the seventh here. Ju Hyun Song not out there. Om Song Baek is out there. He's fantastic at also giving up home runs. 12th in the league in home runs given up. At least we get a pitching change. As the first pitch is a ball. Wang Young Moop takes over at second base for the guy that just struck out for the second time. And that misses outside, and it's 2-0. And finally, a strike that's down at the bottom of the plates is Gubon Yuk wasn't even going to attempt to swing at it. As soon as he started his motion, he just came off, started to step out of the box. And outside, ball 3. Uh, well, the thing is OG Wan is left-handed, Pak Dong Wan is right-handed. As that misses outside, and he walks him. Quality signing in the offseason for Hanwha. Absolute beast of a signing, ladies and gentlemen. That brings up OG Wan. Yeah, that makes sense. 2 for 3 with a single and a home run and a walk. As OG Wan fouls that one back, and it's 0-1. You took NC, right, Jim? And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's fouled away again, 0-2. I still don't. I mean, Park Dong-won is 1 for 3. Yeah, he had two. He had a 2-run homer, but at that point, it was already 4-0. Yeah, Jim, I was a big fan of the yellow and orange Rockstar. The lemonade and the orange, no caffeine. No, it's caffeine, but non-carbonated. Me. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up high, and he slaps it foul. Is Gubon was running on that. Wonder how many Hanwha fans are still hanging out. And the 0-2 pitch. That's a ground ball through the right side. Gubon Hyuk is going to round second. Is he going to go to third? He is. The throw from Kim Tae-yeon in time, and Om Song-baek runs over the umpire as Kim Tae-yeon with a great throw to get to Gubon Hyuk over at third base. And rule number 1 is broken by the awful base running LG Twins. A beautiful throw by Kim Tae-yeon, a one hopper right to the glove, right in the way. Is then Om Song-baek runs over the third base umpire. Never make the first or last out at third base is the cardinal rule of base running. I don't know, is OG Wan still at first too? Because if you're making the first out at third base, that means you already had a runner in scoring position. Stolen base, out. LG is just running themselves out of the game. Hine Saw with a giant throw there and 2 away. A walk and a single, and they've got nobody on base. LG is the worst base running team in the league. No questions. As Pak Dong-won looks at a ball into the dirt, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. All right, the 2-1 pitch to Pak Dong Hwan. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 139, and it's 2-2. I'm too old for that, Arpo. All right, the 2-2 pitch, Pak Dong Hwan, a 2-run shot in the first inning, a 2 strikeouts since then. And the 2-2 misses way outside, and it's runs the count full, 3-2. I think that might be the first full count of the day for LG. I don't have anything marked. Can't be, though. And the 3-2 pitch fouled away as he almost falls down again. Arpo doesn't want to lose his followers. His game is slowly creeping through. And here comes the 3-2 pitch once again. Swing and a miss and another strikeout. Pak Dong Hwan with his third strikeout of the day. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 7-2. And the announcers are suddenly all about the arms of Hanwha, right fielder, the catcher, and then the pitcher. Pak Dong Hwan. There's a reason why he's ninth or eighth in the league. Yeah, that's because you don't make good predictions, Arpo. Imagine going 1 for 1 in the inning with runners on base, but you don't score a run. Wow. Hanwha's going to have the bottom of their order, 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Makes sense to me. This is the slowest game. No, I don't, but I'm going to in November. Pretty excited. All right, so we should have a new pitcher. Yep, Kim Jin Song out on the mound now for. Yep. And the first pitch outside to Kim Tae-yun. So you'll have Kim Tae-yun, who just threw out a runner over at third base. Then you're going to have Ha In-saw, who just threw out a runner at second base. And a 1-0 pitch is swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Kim Tae-yun 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to right field in his first at bat, a 6-3 ground out in his second. 259 on the season for the right-handed right fielder. And that's going to be grounded to the shortstop, throws over, and that's 1 away. Hanwha's pitchers hit more umpires than Hanwha's hit baseballs. As that's a strike at the top of the zone, and it's a 0-1. Hines saw 0 for 2, was struck out in his first at bat, and then flew out to center field. 174 in the season, and that's fouled, and it's 0-2. Yep. November 15th, Korea versus Japan in the Tokyo Dome. As he turns on that one, lifts it, but it will get a foul. And it stays 1-2. 1-2 or 0-2? 0-2. I wouldn't say that. And the 0-2 pitch, and that is going to be a right to the second baseman, throws over to first, and a 2 away. All of the momentum that they just had from the awful base running from LG is pretty much gone to waste. The other game's end of the 8th inning. And that low ball 1. Nope, both other games are into the 9th inning already. Kim Jin-sung with 33 holds on the season. Yeah, another 1-0, misses low, 2-0. Here we go, the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. I really don't know his song at all. I'll work on it in the off season. Yeah, another 2-1 pitch pops it up out of play, 2-2. Kim Jin-sung, come on, man, just ground into a inning-ending ground out so I can go take a shower. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch turns on it, but it'll be a souvenir for the LG fans, or at least the LG side, and it's 2-2 still. It does seem like LG's the fans in attendance are very, very young. Like I'm talking elementary, middle school. Like, do these kids live in Daejeon that are, or are they traveling with their parents every weekend? Is fouls that one off again? Yeah, and Korea is not very big. It's the same size as Ohio. As the 2-2 misses low, runs the count full, 3-2. Yeah. But these kids look, yeah, I mean, obviously there's some Daejeon kids. Yeah. 3-2 is ripped foul. Or they became fans 2 years ago when LG won the championship. And they tell you that their parents are from Seoul. That's more likely. And the 3-2 pitch fouled, but falls onto the ground as Park Dong-won is able to catch it about as well as he's able to hit it. And it stays 3-2. All these Hanwha fans that are suddenly Hanwha fans this year, we'll see where they're at next year. Like Jake in my class, he was a LG fan. That's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 7-2 LG. N- well, except this year. Oops, wrong button. Like I said, so in I started watching Hanwha when I moved to Korea in 2014, and there was nobody ever there. No one at games. We would go to away games, and we would be there would be no cheerleaders there except for Seoul. And even in Seoul games, you could go to any game. Like you could buy tickets at the game. You could buy them in ahead of time, but for the most part, they never sold out. Even in 2018, Hanwha suddenly was good for the first time in 11 years, and everybody came out of the woodwork. Everybody was a Hanwha fan. Everybody. And then 2019 they sucked again, and the attendance just dropped right off. 2020, 21, 22, 23, nobody was going to games. And then suddenly last year, Ryu Jin came back, and everybody thought that they were going to do great. So everybody bought season tickets, and that made is why Hanwha was able to sell out so many games because they sold out all of their full season ticket and weekend season tickets. So with a tiny ballpark like that, it was easy to do what they needed to do. But we've got some changes. Isang Gyu out on the mound now for Om Song Baek, and then Ito Yoon takes over at shortstop. Isang Gyu came over, was a second draft. Maybe Alpo or Arpo can explain what it is or the actual name for it. It came over last year. Like so they have players that are no longer that the teams are offering up. I thought it was called the second draft. It's kind of like in the KBO and the MLB, they have the Rule 5 pick where you can pick a player from another team. Yeah, the second round draft or the second draft or something like that. So we've got a 2-1 count now as I'm rambling on. Park Amin, the number 9 hitter, and that's going to be a problem as Kim Tae-yeon makes the diving catch. And he seems to have hurt his wrist. He is grabbing his wrist as he doesn't want to come out of the game because he knows he'll lose his spot in the lineup. Yeah, a little difference, but hey, that's the closest thing. Kind of made flip the glove over at the last second to make the catch and then fell down onto his wrist. Yeah, as the 0-1 in there for a strike. So I will do, I'm off on vacation from the 3rd through the 9th. So as that is going to be another single for Hong Chang-gi as his 4th hit of the day. I just heard English in the background that said curveball, maybe. Yeah, so I'll do any games that fall in that period between the 9th and the 3rd and the 9th. I'll do any games in that period. As Shin Min Jae steps in and looks at a ball one on the outside. 1-0. And then I'll be off on the last week of October. I took vacation then, so I'll be off on the last week of October if the KBO is still going, as that's fouled into the glove, but he's not able to hold on to it, and it's 1-1. I took off. I asked for vacation the last week of October, thinking that the KBO would that would be the Korean Series week. And that misses outside. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss as he's late on that 143. Shinmin Jae much better in the leadoff spot than he has been in the second spot in the lineup. Yeah. And the 2-2, a weak swing by Shinmin Jae as he is down on strikes. Yeah, so what they do is they set up the whole schedule. They set up the whole schedule where, okay, the first game is, and they schedule the two games, and then they schedule a day off, and then the next round, and then kind of keeps going like that's is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Austin Dean. Two for three in his career against Lee Sang-gyu. And misses low there. 1-1. Because they're awful. And that's going to be grounded. Wow. Boston versus the Yankees in the World Series. Okay. Stranger things have happened. All right, the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be slapped into right field. That's going to put Hong Chang-gi on the run, and he'll cruise into third base. And another hit for Austin. Another hit for Austin. Austin saying, man, run faster, faster. I need an RBI. You're not going with Milwaukee versus Toronto? And first pitch to Kim Hyun-soo in there for a strike. Kim Hyun-soo, RBI single and run score back in the first, and then also singled in the sixth. He's 2 for 3, 2 for 4 on the day. And the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. You just say that because Ryun Jen played for Toronto and Oh Sung Won played for Toronto, and now they just signed the young guy. As that is fouled away, you know he missed that pitch, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch way up high, 2-2. And Arpo, you'll also go to check out SSG's new stadium. That is supposed to be similar to the Rogers Center. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Kim Hyun Soo sets up right down the middle and throws it way, way off the plates. Runs the count full, 3-2. The SSG Dome. And he lays off of it and he walks him. Loads the bases, ladies and gentlemen. That brings up a Moon Sung Ju. Moon Sung Ju working to take over. Maybe you can get a Cleveland versus Toronto World Series, or sorry, Cleveland versus Milwaukee World Series, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Moon Sung Ju. Moon Sung Ju, RBI single and a run scored back in the first, but 4-3, a fly out to center field and a fly out to left. And then the 0-1 is going to be a single up the middle. One run is in as Austin is going to hold up over at third base. No, Austin comes home to score. And two more for LG on Moon Sung Ju's RBI, 2 RBI single. And Moon Sung Ju trying to take over Austin's spots. Yeah, there's no hype at all. Yep, and that is going to be hit to right field. Kim Tae-yeon makes the catch though, and that will be 3 away. But they get a couple more on the big bases loaded 2 RBI single from Moon Sung Ju. We'll go to the 8th inning, or the bottom of the 8th. It's a lot LG, a little. I don't know. Yeah, whatever you say, Arpo. If Hong Chang-gi would have scored on that single by Austin Dean, it would have been over. Definitely would have been Austin. But now with 3 RBIs from Moon Sung Ju, he could take it. I really just, I really wish this game was over because I am really tired. So NC still up 2-1 against Kia. Kia's got a runner on first with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Then SSG is up 4-2. They've got runners on second and third with 2 outs in the top of the ninth there. So both of those games in the ninth almost over, as this game will be the last one playing unless one of those teams can tie the score. I don't know. Is 30 really that old for a catcher? I feel like it takes longer for a catcher to come through. All right, out on the mound is the old ham duck. He is going to face the top of the lineup. The old ham duck. Moonbo Young over at your third. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to Lee Sung Gyu. Or, sorry, Lee Jin Young. And second pitch is lifted up. Right fielder giving chase. Chaewon Young looks like, and he almost ate him alive, but he's able to make the catch, and that's one away. So looks like a lot of changes. Oh, Iwan Suk will get his first at bat of the day. What do you? All right, so Moonbo Young is over at first for Austin Dean. That's his low 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch fouled away 1-2. Hanwha will probably bring in their closer. And that is fouled away. Austin and Moonbo Young. Make sure. Yeah, as that is fouled away. The old ham duck. So I'm trying to update these. There's so many. Austin is done. Moonbo Kyung is in. Hong Chang-gi is done. Kim Hyung Jung it takes over in his spot. So that is lifted to right field. Did Chaewon Young a given chase and makes the catch. Let's see. Yeah, it brings up Moonbo Kyung. Or Moonbo Kyung. Moon Hyun Bin. Moon Hyun Bin has actually had a pretty solid day. Yeah, now that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. No, I haven't. I just heard that's what they're doing for Doosan and LG. As that is a broken bats, but it's just foul. Jim, honestly, you could learn to read it in about an hour. Imagine that. The top 5 teams can play defense. Let's see who else. Moon Sung Ju is done. Chaewon Young. Just misses low 2-2. So my question then is when? Man, the 2-2 is just slapped foul, stays 2-2. Yeah, three and ahead, 3.5 ahead, which means that if LG wins one more game or Hanwha loses one more game, LG takes over first. And the 2-2 swing and a miss at a fastball up at his eyes, and that's will send us to the ninth. It's 9-2 LG. I'm talking about when are they going to move? Are they going to, when are they, not when they're going to open. I'm talking about when are they going to move? But Jim, one thing is when I do the WBC in March, I'll use English for all the other teams except for Korean teams. Korean teams, I'll still use the Korean letters, but I'll use English letters or Romanized or Latin letters or whatever you want to call it, Roman letters, Romanization for all the other teams. All right, I think everything is staying the same. We'll see who comes in for LG. Okay, that's what I'm wondering because uh, next year is the last year for Jamshil because in 2027 they're supposed to move into the soccer stadium. Well, you need maybe tomorrow's game you can watch, I don't know, the we'll say a different company and you can watch there. The one in Jamshil, the one right next to it. And OG1, a first pitch pops that one up. Kim Tae-yeon under it and one away. No, bottom, Latin. What are you talking about? All right, it's Pak Dong-hwan, Arpo's main pick for today's game. He's a big 2-run shot in the first inning, but 3 strikeouts after that, trying to get himself a golden sombrero. And he starts it off strong with a big swing and a miss. I studied Latin when I was in high school. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. Oh, so yeah, sometimes it Arpo, sometimes it just lags behind because all my buttons go to another to a website. Says that one's way outside. Yeah, who are you speaking Latin to? As the 1-2 pitch misses low and outside, 2-2. Oh, NC's able to hold on to the win, and they win 2-1. SSG is putting the game away as they're up 6-2 now with the runners on first and second in the top of the ninth. And the 2-2 is rolled over. Shortstop takes it to the throw. A scoop by Chan Song over at first, and that's 2 away. Baseball is the only church I go to. What do they say? Baseball is like church. Many attend, but few understand. And we got a pinch hitter here as Pak Wanu. pinch hits for a Paque Min. That is just on the outside, 0-2. This is outside. And then that's going to be a, ooh, stays behind the plates. Stays 1-2. 34 pitches for Mi-Sang Gyu. And here we go. The 1-2 pitch fouls it away. And another 1-2 pitch coming up. Last year's the 50th, fifth round pick, the 50th pick overall. And the 1-2 pitch slaps the bats, but it also gets out of play. And that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, throws across, and that's will be it for LG in the top of the ninth. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Hanwha looking for a prayer. And their prayers are going to start with the number 4 hitter. Yep, Stefan is ready. Yeah. And that game I will actually be able to broadcast, Steve. That day could be huge for 2 reasons. Actually, for all 3 games. And this is what I was talking to Stefan and Kiwi earlier about. It was definitely rigged to be like that, where you have 5 teams that are battling for the playoff spots, all playing on the last day. It'll be 4 at that time, I think. Hanwha has a responsibility to field a competitive team if other teams are still playing for the playoffs. So, Yu Young Chan will come out onto the mound for LG. So Weesby back. All right, Yu Young Chan out on the mound, 39 innings in 37 games, 21 saves. Very important to get your closer out there. Very important to get your closer out there in a 7-run game. Swing and a miss from Noshiwan, and it's 0-1. Shaewon Young probably goes to center field. The Pakwanu over to right, but I'm not going to change it. This is a Noshiwan, swings and a miss there. 0-2. Noshiwan 0 for 3 on the day. A struck out looking, a strikeout swinging, and a foul pop up to the first baseman. He has not hit a ball fair yet. And the 9-2 swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 3 strikeouts. Pack up, ladies and gentlemen. Just go home. Well, Stefan, Hanwha is plenty of mobsters. Make for lots of fans too, Steve. Swing and a miss there. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Chan Sung does have the 2 RBIs for Hanwha back in the 6th inning. 2 RBI single. A swing and a miss there. 150 on the gun at the bottom of the zone. Finally get some decent sized stadium, Steve. Hanwha just destroyed their soccer stadium so that they could build the new stadium. Nope, just fouled it off. I do wonder though, would it be an immaculate inning if he throws 9 pitches, but the next batter comes up and gets a pitch clock violation? So he's thrown 7 pitches, but what happens if somebody gets out on a pitch clock violation? That is the ultimate question. Could you strike out 3 guys only throwing 8 pitches? As the 0-2 swing and a miss. Chae Sung continues his September swoon. That brings up Wang Young Mook, ladies and gentlemen. Still lots of baseball. Wang Young Mook about to getting his first at bat of the day. He's the only one that's seen a ball, and that's going to be a single back up the middle. Wang Young Mook said, "Hey, I'm still here, boys. I am still here." That brings up Kim Tae-yeon. And a swing and a miss from Che and Ho, pinch hitting for Kim Tae-yeon. Yeah, easy peasy, Stefan. And the 0-1 pitch to Che and Ho sets up right down the middle, in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 sets up at the letters. Misses a little high, and it's a 1-2. Who's going to finish first? Both teams, 2 strikes and 2 outs. That's fouled away, though. SSG is 2 outs, 2 strikes, a 1-2 count. In the bottom of the 8th, or bottom of the 9th, Hanwha here, a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Both teams have runners on the first, and the 1-2 pitch fouled away again. I feel like I could call both of these games just by watching this one. 9-2 game, runner on first, bottom of the second, a 1-2 count with 2 outs versus a 6-2 game, bottom of the 9th, runner on first, 2-2 count with a 2 outs. And here comes the 1-2 pitch in this one. Strikes some outs looking. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the game. And important for LG is they now have one game to go. Massive, massive first inning again. Moondongju, I talked about it before the game started. Moondongju is not good in the first inning, and he is not good on the road. He got absolutely destroyed today, giving up 6 runs on 8 hits in the first inning, as he was only able to record 2 outs versus Tolhurst, who went to 6 innings, 99 pitches, 5 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 2 runs, both of them earned. Again, LG just came out early and just hit the ball extremely well. Just absolutely destroyed the ball, honestly, as they scored 6 runs in the first inning. They scored 3 a little bit later, which was also more than enough to take over Hanwha. Yeah. So again, all the starters for LG end up with hits. And the other game is also done now. So both games, or all 3 games, are over. LG wins this one 9-2. They cut their magic number down to 1, which means that Hanwha has to win the rest of their games. Tomorrow's game most likely is going to be rained out unless the weather has changed. Yeah, going to be raining hard about an hour or 2 games before, or an hour or two before the game starts. So, I will be doing the LG versus Hanwha game again tomorrow if they are playing again tomorrow. If not, I will be doing the only game that's probably going to be played, and that's going to be uh, the Samsung versus Kium game because Kium plays in the dome. So 2 o'clock games tomorrow. LG just absolutely dominated from the very beginning all the way through the end, where their closer came in with a 7-run lead, very old man esque, to strike out 3. So we'll see if they do play tomorrow, if that's going to come back to haunt them. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock for another lovely game. And as always, until next time.